What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga career mode. It is episode number 23. You know what time it is, man. It is sloggy season, but this is going to be a really cool sloggy season today. Because I always said it's like milestones in an RTG that you hit as you go on. And one of those is when you play your first CL games. We're doing that today. Match days 1, 2, and hopefully 3 as well against LASK away and at home to Man City and Monaco. It's also a first this year as we're defending a major honour. We won the DFB Pokal last year. We're defending it, defending a trophy for the first time with our second round trip to SV Waldhof, and this year of course going for the Bundesliga. We narrowly missed out on last season. We'll have loads of big games today as we aim to start off continuing our 100% record. So our first game of lows today, Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena. They won the title 2 years ago, but last season had an abysmal finish last year in 8th place. This season both teams unbeaten in their first 3 to start the season off. Big clash here on Friday night between two teams that will be title rivals throughout the entire season. So let's start off with the big 3 points here in our first game of many today. Come on, Carl. Pedroza looking across, gets away from, nope, Anderson, who does, brilliantly well there. And now, what a ball, Martel with the left back, Pedroza well out of position. This has got to be 1-0. Johnny, get running, son. Get running. Started him tonight. Oh, wonderful footwork. Oh, and just couldn't hit the target ahead of Davy Selke. Big call. Big call, but after 1 goal and 1 assist in his last 2 games, I feel like he deserves the nod tonight at the Allianz. Still 0-0, almost a brilliant goal there. Still tied at 0-0. This will be our first game we failed to win this season, but it's hardly dropped points at the Allianz, is it? Most teams would take 1 no matter what. Even after Bayern's poor season last year. Thomas Partey, Leroy Sané gets away, graced up by Schwab. Kane is there, Janssen with the block, and hoofed away. Kohn clinging on with 13 on the clock. And yep, that is going to do it. And we'll take it. We'll take it. First game we failed to win this season, but even though we are a developing team and on the rise, and even though Bayern last year had a poor season, this is still the most dominant team in German football over the past decade or so. Know where you are. We're still a weaker team than them when it comes down to rating. I'll take that. Still desperately want to return to winning ways in our following game, our first Champions League game of the save, as we travel to the beautiful Austrian city of Linz, take on LASK. I would say with no disrespect, this is the weakest side in the group, so if we do want to make it through, probably as runners-up, we need to beat them back-to-back. Let's start off with 3 points here. Come on, Carl. Yeah, gorgeous city in North Austria, Linz. I'd love to get the chance to visit one day. Fingers crossed. But again, we should be able to beat them home and away. They actually have some decent players in there, featuring Lubicic and Hannibal, the ex-Manchester United man. Mariba as well. Great turn, Ansgar. But really, we should be beating them home and away. Ansgar with the finish, our first ever Champions League goal scored by one of the best signings of the save so far. He's been brilliant. It's one of the reasons why I'm really liking this save, because unlike others that I do, most of the time the core of the team are players that we bring in. But in this save, it's the players that we inherited, do you know what I mean, that have been the most important in this lineup, as Jan Nicholas Beste gets our second. Jan Thielmann, Davy Selke, Eric Martel, Schwab. But for tonight's game, it's the 2 players we signed on deadline day last season in January that have given us a 2-goal lead here in the first half. First Nauf, then Beste, 2 goals up, and I think we're heading for 3 points on match day 1. It's a class little ball through that, and the Austrians are going to get a goal back. Well, I've made a lot of changes. I felt as though the game was going to be done, but after taking off quite a few starters, Lubicic has given the hosts a glimmer of hope. 24 to go. Can we cling on to the 3 points? It seemed like they were wrapped up and in the bag. Half an hour in. Now, with half an hour to go, or less than half an hour to go, maybe not. I'm keeping Davey out there just in case, man. I think I might need another goal. He's just got me one. Oh, man. This is why, even at 31 years old, even though Burkhardt has a higher rating, even though we're looking towards the future, this guy is still spearheading my attack. The amount of goals we have scored with this guy, period, but also from this situation, whipping a corner in to that 6-yard area and he gets his head on. It's unbelievable. He's done it again. It's how he won the cup last year. It's how he started with the 3 points on match day 1 in the Champions League. Back to Mainz in the Bundesliga, aim to get back to winning ways in the league as well. Following game, TSG Hoffenheim at the Rhein Energy Stadium. Come on, Carl. And And there he is, number 14 in the centre circle for Hoffenheim. Yep, when I was doing my my realistic career mode and we moved on to Liverpool, I did have some comments from you guys saying, where's Jayden Danns? Where's Jayden Danns? You're rebuilding at Anfield. Where's the kid? Well, he wasn't in the database at the time I began that save, but now he is. I don't know what his potential actually is. Someone will have to let me know. But yeah, he's a heck of a young forward Liverpool have on their hands. Too early to say wonder kid, possibly, but yeah, in this save, lining up for TSG Hoffenheim. It's always so interesting when a young player moves on at such an early age, and also leaves the country as well. In this case, yeah, playing for Hoffenheim, the Pro Zero Arena, as Thielmann fires wide. Oh, it's a cracking touch by Jayden as well. Schwab stuck in a trance as he pegs it back and gets an assist 21 minutes in. Couldn't come out with Schwab to close down the angle. I don't think it would have mattered either way. The ex-Liverpool kid rolls it across and it's turned in from close range. Okay, alright, no losses to start the season off. But our last league game being a draw at the Allianz. This is not the way we wanted to come back home. Come on, got to turn this round here. Got to turn this game on its head. This is going to be a, I say this all the time, draws are subjective, but losses, they are not. Got to turn this round here. Corner. Carlin still down by 1 as we approach the break. Looking for that leveller. Jan Thielmann to take. Up goes Vanderson! Carlin, the set-piece Kings, do it again. First in the Bundesliga for Vanderson. Second of the season is coming in, adding to the goal he scored in the Super Cup. And Carlin have the leveller right before the break. If we've got a corner, it feels like as threatening as a penalty. I mean, it really does. We score so many of them. And even with no Selker out there, we're still able to head it home. Vanderson's first in the league. Cole leveller. I just haven't been able to perform at the level we need to if we want to win the title in this game. Fell behind. Did well to level it before the break. But never really got going in the second half. That is 2 points dropped, that. Like I said, draws, subjective. Point at the Allianz, good. Point at home to Hoffenheim, bad. 2 points dropped and 2 points taken from 6. That is not title-winning form. Still, I often say, if you've had a poor performance, you've got to pick yourself up, move on, and be better in the next one. Following game away in Mannheim, taking on the 2-Liga side Waldhof in the DFB Pokal. Defending it this year, should be able to make it through this round. Come on, Carl. Yep, first ever defence of a trophy this season. And you know, I don't often defend cups very well. I'll be honest here. In my last career mode, we did a three-peat of the Premier League, which was awesome. But you know, during that save, oh my goodness, that whole save, we didn't defend any trophies in 6 seasons. We didn't retain anything outside any cups, I should say. Only the Premier League 3 times with Liverpool. But yeah, it's true. In all of my saves, I don't defend a lot of trophies very well. I might win multiple, I might win different, but I very rarely repeat cups in European competitions. This would be a really disappointing early exit. Easy. Yeah, we'll add that with Infant Graphe. We'll play advantage, ref, play advantage. Oh, Selker, wonderful. And he is one of a few starters out there tonight, including this man, Jan Thielmann, because I just thought, just in case I need them, I know they'll be the ones that don't let me down. Yep, Selker to Thielmann, 2 of the starters, giving us the leveller 1-1. Thank goodness for that. This is so disappointing. I thought by now I would have been able to take off Martel and Thielmann and Selker and giving them a breather ahead of the game on the weekend. Instead, still tied. Oh! And as things stand, set for extra time. It's the last thing we want, man. Playing in Europe this year, lots of games, lots of football to be played. Oh! Last thing we want is having to play more games and more minutes. Still tied at 1-1. But it's Cone from corners, where we're unstoppable. Great stopper moment ago, but you can't stop Selker from set pieces. Cone is surely going to win it late in Mannheim. Well, to be fair, cup sets may not be considered the norm, but you do see them on occasion, and in German football as well. This season we saw Saarbrücken knock out Bayern Munich, one of the favourites to win it, and the second tier Kaiserslautern are actually in the DFB Pokal final against Bayer Leverkusen. So cup sets again, they're not the norm, but as we see right there's one right on cue in the first game. Kaiserslautern, who we just mentioned, knocking out Borussia Dortmund, who won it 2 years ago. So it does happen It does happen, but we avoid it, and in the third round, we'll have to do one more advance. In the third round, we will be taking on, fingers crossed, another non-Bundesliga side. It is indeed VfL Bochum, who were relegated last season. No, Bochum stayed up. It was Darmstadt that went down. Sorry, but no, Bochum, no, hang on. Was it Bochum or Darmstadt who went down? No, sorry, it was indeed Bochum that went down. I don't know why I get Bochum and Darmstadt mixed up, but yeah, it was Bochum that went down. So another 2-league side in the following round. Right, so before we get to that, we got a youth squad monthly report. Again, don't forget this year we're having a gap year. No youth scoutings will clear the backlog. And right now we've got 5 players in the academy. Sorry, God, I'm all over the place today. 5 players in the academy currently looking like this. Cristea's got a long way to go, but I don't see a position change that would improve the overall. We still got Kostel, the Moldovan model, but the best 2 players, Emilio Schultz and also this Indian CM Babu Patel. Right, following game, off to the Weserstadion to take on a team that becoming a bit of a rival side for us in the save. We beat them in the cup final last year with the final touch of the game, so you know they were looking for revenge here. Werder Bremen away at the Weserstadion. Let's return to winning ways in the league. Come on, Carl. Yeah, we do have a nice little rivalry with these guys. Obviously, Davy Selker is a Bremen Academy grad, and he scored that goal which won us the cup in the final last season. So, you know, that just adds to the rivalry. And I say this all the time. I get asked like all the time, Doxy boy, how do I make my saves more enjoyable? How do I make them more immersive? How do I make RTGs more fun to play? And there's lots of tips I can give. Maybe one day I should just do an actual video like talking about, you know, great ways to make an RTG more enjoyable. But to me, one of the coolest things you can do is develop new rivalries. You know, you'll have some rivalries with the team you inherit straight from the get-go. So with us, it will be Mönchengladbach, for example, as one of our main rivals. But as the save goes on, you want to develop new rivalries, and it gives it a nice little edge, especially if they're a developing team like you're going to be as well. This is a wonderful build-up from Bremen. This Nico Williams gives it back to Wout Weghorst. What a goal! What a goal! And Double W has just put Werder Bremen in front. What a team goal that is! Ah, it's a poor pass. Let's go. Quick turnover. Max, get out of the way. Played really well. Fantastically done. Oh, and the finish from Ansgar straight at the keeper. Either side of him, that is 1-1. Once again, a nice build-up. Some good football getting played out there today. But unlike Wout Weghorst, I fluffed the finish with Ansgar. Still down by a goal, and this is going to be really... I just bought a free kick there. This is going to be really disappointing, man. 2 points taken for a possible 9 and no wins in 3 in the league. Yeah, we've been asked to win the title this year. We're not going to do that with this sort of form. Cheeky, cheap, poor, boos at the Weserstadion with a cutback. But we'll take the leveller. Ansgar atones for his early area. 1-1. Damsgaard with a cracking ball. Andrew Belotti offloads Weghorst. Second of the game for Wout. Werder restored the lead. And Köln's poor run in the Bundesliga is set to continue at the hands of their rivals. Yeah, we are just straight up not having a good time right now. 2 points taken from a possible 9. And this is the side that have been asked to win the Bundesliga by the board. This ain't going to cut it. This is not going to cut it. I'm so disappointed with Burkhardt as well, man. I've given him a start in all 3 of these games. We haven't won any of them, and he hasn't scored or assisted any goals either. I thought he could be the successor for Selke. I think I was wrong. And I think we could win the Bundesliga title this year. I think I was wrong about that too. Awful mini run. And now, somehow, some way, we've got to pick ourselves up in what's been an incredibly inconsistent run and beat one of the favourites to win the whole of the Champions League, let alone just our group. Yeah, next up, Manchester City at the Rhine Energy Stadion. I would certainly take a point here against the group favourites and one of the favourites to win the whole thing. Come on, Calm. Yeah, point will do me here. Point will do me here, no doubt about that. Against, again, a star-studded Man City team as McAtee is denied by Schwab, and DJ does brilliantly well to win that header there. If he doesn't do so with the goal gaping, that's surely 1-0. Man, oh man, this is tough. Welcome to the big time, FC Köln. You might have beaten LASK, but yeah, this season with more pressure than ever before, expected to win things now. we're certainly succumbing to it in this mini run here. When you're doing an RTG, like I said, you take stock of where you are, and it gets to a point where you go from being a side who are forming, building things, laying down the foundation of the squad you want for all the years you'll be there, to becoming a team that's expected to win things. You're expected to win the cup. You're expected to challenge the title. You're expected to go far in Europe. If you can't handle that pressure, you risk implosion. McAtee with a finish, City in front. When you become a winning team like we have now, picking up the DFB Pokal last year, you know, the expectations get bigger and the pressure grows greater. And they say that pressure makes diamonds or burst pipes. And the Rhine Energy Stadium might start leaking, but it's not flooded yet. Ansgar now, how big has this guy been, man? Yeah, got to be happy with that. Got to be happy with that. Much to ponder at the full-time whistle as our inconsistency continues. Just one win in our last 4 and 2 in 6 in all competitions. And one of those wins coming against a 2-league side. But listen, when you're struggling, you'll take any decent point you can get. We certainly have there against one of the favourites to win the whole thing. I will take that on match day 2. Right, following game with an international break directly afterwards, we could really do with that 2-week hiatus. Taking on FC St. Pauli, newly promoted to the Bundesliga, but right now bottom and winless as well. This should be a banker against one of my former career mode teams that I did a save with back in FIFA 17. Let's get back to winning ways here in the league after none in our last 3. Come on, Carl. Yeah, I did a save with them back in FIFA 17 and it was so enjoyable. Really, really enjoyable. I don't think the Miller and Tor, their stadium was in the game at the time. It was about time, Johnny. Burkhardt gets his first goal at the Rhine Energy Stadium this season and his second since coming in. But it was a really, really fun save, man. St. Pauli are a really interesting club as well. Great local rival with Hamburg as well. Well worth looking into their fan base too. So passionate. Definitely worth looking into the club, and certainly worth an RTG in Germany if you fancy one. Great start this though, as we are getting back to winning ways here, and I've said enough is enough, guys. Come on. Leandro Barrero Martins makes it 2-0. Perfect start for Calm. Tillman through the gap, and I see Derek continuing to run as Burkhardt finds Simons, and Max is through, and this should be free, but I want an assist for him. I want another assist because he's got one earlier today. But we said it, he won the assist title last year with 19. He's won 2 of the past 3. But I believe he could possibly equal that Thomas Muller record this season of 21. So he's on course for a goal, but it's like, nope. Just like doxing my player, we're going to go for that assist instead. I want him to go for that assist title this year. He's got an extra 2 today. Cole freeing it up, and these points already in the bag before the break here. It's been all one-way traffic here at the Rhine Energy Stadium. And it's going to be a hat-trick of assists in the first half as well. Max Simons looking like prime Thomas Muller out there. 4-0 before the break. Speaking of hat-tricks, that's a hat-trick for Johnny Burkhardt today as well. What a way to answer your critics as Eric Martel hits the bar and almost prevents Max getting his 4th assist of the game. Absolutely dominant out there today. And I often say it, when you're going through it, when you're really struggling, you're losing confidence and you're going through a bit of a dry spell, you just need a gimme. You know, you need an easy one. And we've certainly had it today. These points are in the bag with 18 to go. Yeah, perfect way to head into the international break. A big return to winning ways after just 2 points taken from a possible 9. Back on track, but keep your feet on the ground. It's bottom place, winless St. Pauli at home. Johnny Burkhardt, though, hat-trick in 44 minutes. That's possibly the quickest hat-trick I've had in this year's FC. Yep, there's going to be much tougher games to come, including this one, our following game, RB Leipzig at the Red Bull Arena on the back of the international break. Let's try and get back-to-back wins here. Come on, Calm. Leipzig have had an early injury. Danny Olmo forced off. So last season, we did have one key injury for Eric Martel. But for the most part, we were quite injury-free last season, and this year as well, we started off the same way, not really getting many injuries. And I have to say, I think that's one thing I will possibly, as Johnny Burkhardt is denied by Brice Samba, looking to doing this season, not before long, upping those injury sliders a little bit. We don't want another injury crisis like we had back in season 2, but I often say this: injuries part of the game, so when you notice you're not getting many, and you probably should have more if you're playing in Europe, consider upping those injury sliders. But one man I can't afford to get injured is Ansgar. He's absolutely flying right now as FC Köln draw first blood at the Red Bull Arena. Yeah, we had a lot of injuries to deal with back in the second season. And last year, not so much. Oh, what a ball, which is ironic considering last year we were playing in Europe and in Season 2 we weren't. But Andre Silva finishes from close range. But it's all about the ball, which is whipped in. Oh, that is absolutely... I want to watch that again on the replay. Look at this. 2 men to beat, and a man at the near post, and he's got Bisek and DJ as well. How he picks out Andre Silva from there. Goodness gracious, that looked like David Beckham in his prime. Unbelievable ball, and it is 1-1. That's a cracking ball through that, and it's Burkhardt onside. He is. Flag stays down. It's 2-1. Flag stayed down, and Johnny Burkhardt restores the lead instantly. Well, I think everyone in the ground, including myself, was waiting for a flag to go up and a late whistle. Nothing comes, and Burkhardt gets his 4th in 2. 5 in 7 now for Burkhardt after he got a goal in Berlin on match day 2 as well. But I want to see that on the replay, because when Derek plays the ball through, oh no, he's just on. He's just onside when that ball is played through. It's the right back keeping him on. It's close, but you can just see there on the shading. He's just onside when that ball gets played through. That's tight, but it is the right call. Great finish, but the funny thing is that everyone seemed to stop, including Sam, who just stood there. I thought it was going to be offside. Yeah, there's a couple of goals I can remember which were scored that wouldn't have been conceded by the defending team if they stuck to that mantra of play to the whistle. One was Di Canio against Manchester United. So I know I go back a long time ago here with West Ham, where he put the ball into the bottom corner when Barthez was standing there like a lemming with his hand up, looking like he was trying to hail a taxi. And another was John Joe Shelby against Sheffield United a few years ago. He just ran through one-on-one. Everyone stopped thinking it was going to get disallowed, and in the end it stood. And this goal here with Johnny Burkhardt as well. Leipzig seem to stop. Burkhardt goes all the way and gets what ends up being the game winner. Play to the whistle. Never forget that easy to remember mantra. To be fair, the Shelby goal was a bit different. That was more VAR controversy, if you will. But even so. Right, following game, match day 3 of the Champions League group stage. Do a couple more today, and it's going to be a big one for our penultimate game of the episode. Monaco at home, with both teams starting off with 1 win and 1 draw in the Champions League group stage. A win for either side will give them a massive chance of making it through to the knockout stages. Monaco in Köln. Come on, Köln. I would have thought right now, 2 games in, Man City wouldn't have a win in the Champions League group, despite being firm favourites to go and top it. But taking on LASK. Well, put it this way, if the Austrians can pull off a massive result there and prevent them getting the win, I think us and Monaco will be looking at each other saying, should we have a gentleman's agreement here and just make sure we get ourselves through and knock Man City out in the process? But I do expect LASK to... to lose that game. But if Monaco lose this and we win, yeah, I'll say it, halfway through the group, 7 points on the board and no losses in 3, it will take a bottle for us to be getting knocked out of the group. Ansgar now continues his great start to the season with a sensational flick, but still quite a simple goal on the rebound. Köln in front, and I'm going to whisper this, hopefully getting back to form with potentially 3 wins in a row. To go, still leading by 1, but not anymore. What a ball, what a finish. Balogun into the bottom corner. This is a serious young talent, man, and he's just given Monaco a priceless goal at a key moment. Now, they've taken a point pre-game, but it's going to mean we've got to head back to Monaco, and we've got to head back to Manchester, possibly needing to win one of those 2 games to qualify, and we certainly will if we lose this. Schwab with the save. And Vanderson says, let's just calm this down. Yeah, I think sometimes you just need to know when to close the point out. And when to go for a win. Vanderson! Against his former team. What a swing. Köln so close to going behind. In the end, might close out the win. Yeah, based on how I anticipate Monaco and Man City's games against LASK to go. I think we might need to win one of those away days at the Etihad or in Monaco. Our second win in the group has just slipped through our fingers. Balogun at the double. Monaco rescue a point. Yo, that is a massive, massive point claim by Monaco right at the death and 2 points dropped. Meaning at the halfway stage, all three of us on 5 points apiece. And I think it means that we'll need to go to one of Monaco or Manchester and get a win. Otherwise, we are probably going to go out. Man, it is as tight as it could get. Right, final game today. Let's end on this. Stuttgart at home. Nice little unbeaten stretch for FC Köln after no losses in our last 4 games. But in a really inconsistent run in terms of failing to win consistently. Needing to return here but get our 3rd in a row in the league at home to Stuttgart. Let's close out today with big 3 points. Come on, Köln. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, man. Schwab beaten. Probably should have kept that one out. Stuttgart in front. This is not how we want to close today's episode off. Dropping 2 points to the death against Monaco in a key European game. And in a disappointing home loss to a side we should be beaten. Come on. Our form to start this season off has been abysmal. So inconsistent. It's unbelievable. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Come on, keep going, keep going. Oh, I see you, Burkhardt. Great ball. Oh, as cool as you like, Mr. Burkhardt. Yeah, you do your little Samba, mate, because he has definitely picked his form up. That's for sure. He's on fire right now. Let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Quick chance for the... Oh, brilliantly done, brilliantly done, brilliantly done. Johnny, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, great turn. Finish. Yes. Finally, Johnny is on a run. Köln, 2-1 up. He's got his double. Careful, careful, careful. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Get without. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Derek, keep going. Look at it. Oh, brilliantly done from Ansgar for Derek to run onto. And Johnny Burkhardt is on flames. Back-to-back hat-tricks for Johnny Burkhardt. And when you talk about responding to criticism, no goal contributions in 3 games. I said I brought you in to be possibly the starting striker ahead of Selke, mate. I need more from you. He said, Gaffer, I won't let you down again. Message received. 3-1, surely, points in the bag. And my apologies, it's not back-to-back hat-tricks, but it is 2 hat-tricks in 3 games and 7 goals in 3. And a great run of form from Johnny Burkhardt as Köln start to get their form sorted a little bit as well. 3 wins in 4 in all competitions and no losses in 5. Finally, we've turned a bit of a corner. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Bundesliga Career, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please drop a like. Do you all have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with part 2 of Sloggy Season, getting towards the halfway stage in the Bundesliga, aiming to stay in the race for top place. We'll have the last 16 of the DFB Pokal against 2 Liga side Bochum as we're going to continue our trophy defence, and we'll have the second half of the Champions League group stage, match days 4, 5 and 6 away at Monaco and Man City, and at home to Linz as well, where we may need to win 2 of our final 3 in order to qualify. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.